Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 2 delicious vegan recipes that you can make for brunch. Brunch is great. I'm all about the brunch life. I just posted a savory brunch recipes video a few weeks ago, and this one's going to be focusing on sweet recipes. So today I'm going to show you how to make some fluffy vegan blender waffles as well as a vegan berry crumble. Now I know berry crumble is typically a dessert thing, but these ingredients are so good for you, and it would still be more of an indulgent brunch, but like you could eat this for breakfast. You could eat this for breakfast. Hey, who says you can't have waffles for dessert? But anyways, the focus of this video is on brunch. So before I get sidetracked and go on a ramble, let me show you how to actually make these recipes. First up, we are going to be making our vegan blender waffles. This recipe is one of my new personal favorites because I am a big fan of breakfast foods, and waffles are just great because it's like little pockets for all of your toppings. They take a little bit more time than pancakes, but I think they're worth it. So to start out, we're going to be making our vegan buttermilk, and we're just going to make this by mixing almond milk with apple cider vinegar. As you can kind of see as I'm stirring the spoon here, the apple cider vinegar reacts with the almond milk to sort of make it chunkier like a plant-based buttermilk. So we're going to set that aside for a few minutes to let it thicken, and in the meantime, we're going to add our other ingredients to a blender, which includes some rolled oats, some almond flour, baking powder, baking soda, and some pink Himalayan salt or regular sea salt as well. You're going to put the lid on the blender and blend this up to form a fine flour. So right now we're just sort of mixing all the ingredients together and breaking down the rolled oats to become an oat flour. Then we're going to add in our buttermilk that we set aside to let thicken for a few minutes, as well as some vanilla extract and a touch of maple syrup. And that pretty much makes the batter for our waffles. So we're going to go ahead and blend that up again, and you're just going to blend it until an even batter forms. Oops, but I almost forgot. We are also going to be adding in some rolled oats and just gently pulsing that into our batter really quickly, just to give the batter a little bit of an extra texture to it. So this is our final waffle batter, and now we are going to cook our waffles. So I'm using this waffle iron that I recently got. I will link it below if you're curious, but you're going to need a nonstick waffle iron, and you're going to pour about 1/3 to 1/2 of a cup of the batter into your waffle iron, depending on the size. And this is a new nonstick waffle iron, so I didn't need to spray it with oil, but if your iron is a little bit older, you might need to spray it with oil, otherwise it's going to stick. So after your waffles have cooked, they will look a little bit something like this, be nice and golden and brown and crispy on the outside. Cooking time will vary a little bit based on your iron as well. I have the full instructions linked in the recipe post below, which is on my blog. So now we're just going to repeat this process with the rest of our waffle batter. This recipe makes about 6 waffles in total. So you're just going to keep doing that until you have all of your waffles. So as you make your waffles, you can either place them in the oven to keep them warm, or you can set them on a cooling rack just to cool slightly before you serve them. And once you're ready to serve them, you can serve them however you like. I personally prefer to definitely serve them with some fresh maple syrup as well as fruit. Today I had some blueberries and bananas in my pantry, but they're also great with strawberries or raspberries or really any plant-based toppings you desire. But obviously don't forget that drizzle of maple syrup at the end, and you can enjoy these as is. You can make a waffle sandwich, you can make vegan chicken, make chicken and waffles. They're pretty versatile. But now we are going to move on to our second recipe, which is our healthy berry crumble, which is technically a dessert, but we're having it for breakfast because it's brunch and we can do what we want. But really though, the ingredients in this are very similar to breakfast foods in general. So to start out, we're going to be making our crumble by adding some maple syrup and some almond butter to the base of a bowl, and then just use a spatula or fork to whisk all of this together until it becomes evenly incorporated and forms like a nice thick batter. Then we're going to add in some salt, almond flour, and again we're reusing quick oats or rolled oats here. Actually, it really doesn't matter what you use, and you can just mix all of this together again until the almond flour and the oats become evenly incorporated into the mixture, and you're going to get a thick crumbly mixture. It'll still be kind of moist, but it's going to crisp up a lot in the oven. But first we got to make our berry filling, which is actually really easy. You're just going to need about 16 ounces of berries. I'm using fresh berries. You can also use frozen berries here, but they're going to take a little bit longer to cook in the oven. But you're going to drizzle it with a touch of maple syrup, some vanilla extract, and the juice of half of a lemon. I would really recommend you use fresh lemon juice here. It does add more of a bright flavor than that canned stuff that comes in the plastic bottle. And you're just going to mix all this together until the berries get coated in that maple syrup, vanilla, lemony mixture. It's going to smell really, really good. And after they're all coated, we are going to transfer them into a baking tin. I would recommend an 8x8 baking tin just on the size that this recipe makes. You're going to transfer them into there and then spread them all out with a spatula until the berries are evenly distributed and evenly coated on the bottom. And you can use any berries you like here. You could do all of one berry, you could do a combo. Like I said, you can do frozen berries as well. The world is your vegan oyster. But after you have your berries all laid out, you're going to use your hands. It helps to have them slightly moist to crumble that dough that we made previously and just place it all over the top. Make sure it's evenly spread out around everywhere. The berries will sort of cook through the base layer of the crumble, so it's going to look kind of thick, but we're going to pop this into the oven for about 30 or so minutes, and it's going to come out looking something like this. Our crumble is going to be nice and crispy on top. The berries will be bubbling. We're going to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes just to let it thicken up a bit, and then it is still nice and warm and ready to serve. So you can scoop out a nice chunk of that, or 2 or 3, or you could eat a whole tray. I'm not judging, but you're going to place it onto your plate and you can top it however you like. Because I'm doing this more of a brunch themed, I decided to top it with some coconut yogurt. I think that this adds a nice creaminess level to it, but you can also go with more dessert theme if you want to serve this for dessert. I also decided to add fresh mint for a pop of color and another little added element of freshness. But that is it for this crumble. It's delicious and addicting, and I hope you make it yourself. Let me know in the comments below if you'd rather have waffles for brunch or a berry crumble for brunch. I think when you top it with coconut yogurt, it's totally a brunch thing. So I do have both these foods in front of me right now, so I might as well do a taste test. I love any good excuse to eat brunch food. Like I was saying, I really do like the coconut yogurt in the crumble though. I think it like complements the sweetness and adds an extra level of creaminess to it. So you get the nice crunch from the topping, then the berries are nice and naturally sweet too. And I definitely am a fan of the coconut yogurt. Obviously you can use like Cocoa Whip or another type of yogurt too. I mean, you could serve this with ice cream, but then it's definitely more of a dessert than a brunch food. So that's it for the crumble. Now let's move on to the waffles. These waffles are great. They are not only great for brunch, but they're also good for meal prep. You could put them in the freezer and reheat them throughout the week. And I love how they're really easy to just put in a blender too, and they're very easy to customize. You could add like pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, cacao powder, totally switch it up. When you serve them nice and fresh, they're gonna be nice and crispy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. Obviously, if you reheat them, they won't be as crispy / soft, but they're still gonna be delicious. I like to serve my waffles with fresh fruit, but you could totally throw in like chocolate chips too. If you're more of an indulgent person, ooh, should make chocolate peanut butter waffles. That would be good. Okay, now I'm just thinking about chocolate peanut butter waffles, but you know, blueberries and bananas is still pretty good too. So I hope you guys enjoyed these brunch recipes. Going out for brunch with your friends can be really fun, but it can also be pretty expensive. So sometimes it's easier just to have a bunch of friends over at your house or your parents' house or your apartment or whatever, and everyone can bring a meal like potluck style. I like to do that with my friends, or you could cook a brunch like this, and you would probably save money in the long run, especially if everyone just threw you a couple bucks for food. You would definitely save money. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you like what you see here and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that little button right down there. I post 1 to 2 new videos every single week revolving around easy, yummy, healthy, good for you, vegan recipes and other things like that. And yeah, if you want to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, I already said that. I don't know, have an awesome day. That's how I usually end my videos, so I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, whatever time of day it is for you, and I hope you eat some delicious brunch sometime in your near future. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!